Hello book lovers of YouTube and welcome to my new channel again. Thank you for stopping by. I really appreciate you. Today we have for you the book sacrifice tag, not tab. Okay, let's try that again. We have the book sacrifice tag with a G. Sign language. I thought I would shake things up a little bit with this tag, and I'm gonna do it twice. Well, I'm gonna do them together. First half, tag, book I don't actually own a copy of. Second half of the tag, I'm gonna do books I do kind of own copies of, and you'll see why I say kind of in just a moment. Here we go. Number 1, an overhyped book. Let's start this off with a zombie apocalypse. Let's say you're in a bookstore just browsing when BAM! Zombie attack! An announcement comes over the PA system saying that the military has discovered that the zombies' only weakness is overhyped books. What book that everyone else says is amazing but you really hated do you start chucking at the zombies, knowing that it will count as an overhyped book and successfully wipe them out? I don't actually know a lot of people that have read this one, but I do know a lot of people that have at least heard of it. I'm going to go with Go Ask Alice by Anonymous. That was the worst book I've read this year, possibly, maybe, I don't know. I've read 30 books this year. I did not rate them very well on my Goodreads. I mostly gave them 2 or 3 stars for the most part, and Go Ask Alice was one of the ones that I rated the 1 star. That tells you something. Maybe it's because I don't like the idea of drugs and drinking as it is, but Go Ask Alice did not affect me at all. Alice, whatever the main character's name is, people call her Alice, but that's obviously not her name because there's another character named Alice. She never says what her name is. People call her Alice. Just gonna call her Alice for simplicity. Alice was the most annoying narrator I've ever read in my life because she felt the need to repeat herself every second of every page, and I wanted to punch her in the face. Like, for example, at one point she goes, "Today was fun. I was so worried. It was such a good time." Shut the f***. Now for the book I do own a copy of that I'm gonna use in the zombie apocalypse tack is way overhyped and that I did not like and I'm willing to sacrifice. 1, I'm loaning my copy to someone right now, so I only have the book jacket. 2, I'm gonna be murdered for this. This may be goodbye from me. Gonna go with The Fault in Our Stars by John Green. I'm praying right now that I survived the uploading of this video. I also read The Fault in Our Stars this year, and it was another book I gave a 1-star rating to on Goodreads. It was terrible. First time I tried to read it was last October, and I was like, John Green did not represent being a chronically ill teenager all that well, coming from another chronically ill teenager. The Fault in Our Stars sucked. So if you're still watching this video because you hated me for saying The Fault in Our Stars was sucky. A sequel. Let's say you've just left the salon with a smashing new haircut like this, and boom! Torrential downpour. What sequel are you willing to use as an umbrella to protect yourself? This one's a little bit harder because most series that I read, I really like the sequels. The ones that I don't really like the sequels, I own copies of them. But Goodreads has told me this is actually the 2nd book in this series and not the 1st like I thought it was. Maybe Goodreads is lying to me. I'm just gonna use it, hoping that it's correct. So, I'm going to go with The Chronicles of Narnia, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. I read this in school in the 5th grade, and I'm kind of sad to say it was so uninteresting that I don't really remember what happened in it, because I just didn't like it. Seems like every kid who has read this book just loves this book, and oh my god, that's a good book. I read it, and I was, not good. It makes me want to spit on a puppy. Now, for the sequel that I do own a copy of, I kind of have to cheat a little bit again, because I thought I owned a copy of this book, but I don't, and I own it on my Kindle, so got that going for me. Let me just pull it up as soon as I find it on my archived items. Okay, here we go. The sequel I semi-own a copy of that I would sacrifice in a torrential downpour, Catching Fire by Susan Collins. I read The Hunger Games and I was like really hyped. I was like, yeah, this is such a fun series. I'm gonna name my cat after this series, which I did. My cat's name's Katniss. My friend loaned me The Mockingjay. I didn't even write. First off, it's not even The Mockingjay. Second, that's not even the 2nd book. What am I? My friend loaned me Catching Fire. I'm like, yeah, it's gonna be so fun. And then I read it and I'm like, what the hell is this? This is suck. That's what this is. The one thing I did take out of Catching Fire, which made me really mad when they cut it out of the movie, was, spoiler alert, the girl Maisie in the 50th Hunger Games. I loved her. I thought her and Hamish had some kind of a romance going on, but she died. I haven't read Mockingjay yet. That's one of the books I need to read in 2014, but I've read like every spoiler there is on the internet, so you can pretty much tell me anything you want about this book, and I pretty much already know. Although I'd appreciate it if spoilers were kept down to a minimum. 3. A classic. Let's say you're in a lecture and your English teacher is going on and on about how this classic changed the world, how it revolutionized literature, and you get so sick of it that you chuck the classic right at his face because you know what? This classic is stupid and it's worth detention just to show everyone how you feel. What classic did you chuck? I'm gonna cheat at this one again. The one I don't own a copy of, I'm gonna go with Great Expectations by Charles Dickens. I read that as a sophomore in my pre-AP English class. I use the term read loosely because I didn't actually finish the book. I don't know about you guys, but I didn't give a fuck about Pip. Why was I gonna sit through that? No thank you, Miss Davis. If you're watching this, Miss Davis, I totally read the book. I loved Great Expectations, my favorite book from your class. Thank you! And if you're not watching this, Miss Davis, it sucked. Now this is where I'm cheating. For the classic I do own a copy of. I have a copy with me. It's not mine. It's from my school library. I had to read this last semester for English, and I would have no reservations about throwing this in Miss Sanchez. Sorry, Miss Sanchez. Yeah. Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte. Sucked chicken balls. This is another one I didn't really read to the end of. Let's see. This is about how far I got. This half. This is the half I didn't read. Much thicker than the half I did read. I did not like it, and I got really confused because I'm like, how many Lynchins are there? How many Catherines are there? I don't know. I also didn't finish this, so Miss Sanchez, if you're watching this, I did finish it, and that's why I wrote such a good essay on it for my final. Yeah! And if you aren't watching this, it sucked major chicken dick. And lastly, number 4. Do you like my stamp for my dad's basketball game? It's a basketball. My dad wasn't playing basketball, he's just the coach. Anyway, your least favorite book of life. Let's say that you're hanging out at the library when BAM! Global warming explodes and the world outside becomes a frozen wasteland. Kind of like my bedroom. You're trapped and your only chance for survival is to burn a book. What is the book you first run to? Your least favorite book of all life. What book do you not fully regret lighting? For the book I don't own a copy of, I used to own a copy of this one, but I gave it away to charity, so I'm going to count it as a book I don't own a copy of. Of course, everyone's going to be like, of course you chose that one. It sucks, so I don't care. Twilight by Stephanie Meyer. Oh, 8th grade. Seems like everyone and their brother had read, well, hopefully their sister had read this book in the 8th grade, because that's when I read it, and like every single girl I knew had read and loved this book, and I was like, this is sucking major titties right here. And I really love the idea of vampires, and to have it ruined so completely by Miss Stephanie Meyer kind of killed my little 13-year-old ego, self, whatever. Twilight by Stephanie Meyer. You can burn and keep me alive, and I won't care. For the book I own a copy of, I honestly want to go with The Fault in Our Stars, but since I already used that one, I'm not gonna use it. I'm gonna use something else. Again, I'm gonna cheat. For the book I don't own a copy of, on my Kindle again. I kind of own a copy of it. I mean, I own a Kindle. This is clearly a Kindle right here. There's clearly words, clearly a book on the screen. I don't know why I'm at 90% in this book, because I finished it. So it should be at like 100%. I don't know. Book I semi-own a copy of. I would print this out. That's what I would do, and then burn it. Beautiful Disaster by Jamie McGuire. Can you see that at all? Is that better? Yeah, you can see the title. There you go. You guys saw the book. The book made me so angry. I started writing a review in chapter 4. That review is on Goodreads, if you guys want to add me there. I only have like 50 friends on Goodreads, so I'm so open to friend requests. I'll put the link down in the doobly-doo for you guys to go send me friend requests. My sister's favorite book is Beautiful Disaster, and she wants to be an actress. She's actually pretty good at it, so I'll give her that. She said that she wants to audition for the part of Abby, there you go, in Beautiful Disaster, which is the main character. I was like, hey, I'm gonna read this book in case you audition and get the part, and then I read it, and I was like, oh, please don't get the part. So that was my book sacrifice tag. I'm gonna try to make a book video here every week. How about that for you guys? Yeah, that was incredibly lame. Comment down in the doobly-doo what day of the week you want me to make a video if you're actually watching this, and if you're not watching this, then I'm talking to myself like I always do. Hopefully I don't die from what I said about the fault in our stars. See you guys next week if I live. Happy New Year, Kwanzaa, whatever. Have a Facebook notification. Stay awesome.